So we'll do rational exponent equations, I think, Thursday, but today is just radical equations. You got 3 steps. It's the same 3 steps every time. First thing you do is you isolate the radical, isolate the radical on one side, if it's necessary. Then you raise each side of the equation to the same exponent. Once you do that, you're going to check your solution. And I'll tell you why in a second, okay, why we have to do that. So isolate, raise it to the same power on each side, check your solution when you're done. You're good at solving equations. You can do this. We have done a lot of stuff like this before, where there is something, I think we did square root equations. It was like get the squared by itself. Well, now it's the opposite, get the square root by itself. So you are trying to get this isolated, the square root, or whatever root you have, okay? Is it isolated right now? No, and what is the problem that is causing it to not be isolated? Is it the 2, the 1, or the 4? The 2. Yeah, the 2 is the problem. And how do I get rid of the 2? Yeah, that's multiplication when it's next to something. So divide by it. We've done this before. If you want to put the balancing line down the middle, you can. So now we get the square root of x plus 1 is equal to 2. And check it just to be sure. Is it isolated now? Sure is. Okay. This is what kind of root? Like what number would you have here? 2, because it's a square root. And so obviously you're not going to see that because it's the most basic root. So square root, it's got an invisible 2. You raise it to the same exponent as whatever is in the index so that it cancels out. So 2, raise it literally to the power of 2 on each side. What happens to square roots and squares? Do you know? They cancel because they're inverses. And so that will leave you with the easy part. X plus 1 equals 2 squared, which is 4. Whoa, sorry. Okay. Subtract 1, and what's your answer? 3. Yes, that's it. That's all we're doing today. We'll check our answer when we get back from lunch. Okay, I'm going to take 3 now, and I'm going to plug it back in. So here, oh, shoot, sorry, it's going real slow. There we go. I'm going to take 3 and then put it back in my equation. So this is my check step. You will have to do this every single time so that you can make sure you don't have answers that are extraneous is the word. What? Means extra. Okay. So 2 square root of, let's see, I'm not going to put x. What am I going to put? 3 plus 1. Oh, I tried to do it in black. There we go. Switch. Okay, now we're going to evaluate and figure out, okay, what is that? Because that's the left side, right? So that would be 2 times the square root of what now? 3 plus 1, 4. And what is the square root of 4? 2. So you got 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. So did it work out for us? Yep, because that's what you had. Look back at the original, 4. Look at number 2. Is our root isolated? No. And what is the problem? The 2, the 9, the 1, the 1, right? So you were going to do, you can put a balancing line if you want. Oh, whoops. What am I going to do with the 1? I'm going to add it because it's been subtracted. So add it over. And now we'll have the cube root of 2x minus 9 is equal to 3. And now if you check your root, it should be isolated, meaning that there's nothing else on that side next to it. So this time you have a cube root, so what exponent do you think you're going to have to use? If the index is 3, you need an exponent of 3. Yes. And that should cancel. Boom, boom. So yes, you are indeed left with just 2x minus 9. And then you can carry on your merry way. What is 3 to the 3rd power? 27. This would be something you could use your perfect chart for still. Okay, so I'm going to let you solve the rest. Can you please go ahead and get your answer, and then we'll plug it back in and check. So I would add 9. Two x equals 36. Divided by 2, divided by 2. How do you feel about 18? Feel good about that? Okay, I'm going to highlight that in blue because now I'm going to plug it back in. Our whole goal is to make sure that the left side is equal to 2, to make sure it is actually correct. And so we'll double check it. I'll do it over here to the side. So my check step, which we're not going to skip ever. The cube root of 2x minus 9 minus 1. We're trying to figure out what that is. Oh no, I shouldn't put x, right? I should put 18. 2 times 18 minus 9 minus 1. Okay, so in the root now, if you simplify that, then you get 36 minus 9, which is the cube root of 27. What's the cube root of 27? 3, so it's 3 minus 1. Is that equal to 2? Sure is. So check. That worked out for you because it was equal to 2. If you got 27, then I think we agree. So we're going to plug that back in. So cube root of x, which we know is, what is x? 27 minus 9. The cube root of 27 is 3, and 3 minus 9 is negative 6, so it does work because that matches what you had on the right side. This is a square root, which means it's got an invisible what? 2 in the index. There's a 2 right here, which means you're going to multiply it, or going to take it to the power of 2. All right. Something I should probably note is that you're not squaring any of this stuff on the inside. The only reason you're multiplying or taking it to a power of 2 is so that you can get rid of the root. That's the only reason we do that. So x plus 25 is equal to 4. And can you please carry on, solve it, and check it? Plug it back in.